Hey guys, TC here with a channel vote episode. Yeah, it's something I have done in the past, but never talked over, so bear with me on the semi-awkward commentary. It should only improve from here, if it weren't for the fact that this first segment got deleted somehow, so I have to re-commentate over it. Anyways, Super Mario 3D Land. Fun game. It came before 3D World, and it does have quite the lengthy campaign. Adventure, whatever you want to call it. There's the first 8 worlds, and then the back half 8 worlds. I would probably do the back half, provided it doesn't drive me insane. Which it shouldn't. I mean, it's 3D Land. 3D Land's not that terribly difficult. It won't be a fully 100% complete playthrough purely because I don't want to have to search for all the star coins, but I will do my best to play through each and every single level. And for the final level, which requires all star coins and golden flags, I can just pull up my 100% save file. And you'll be able to see that stage too, and 100% save files will be something that you hear about frequently. I've put way too many hours into these games back in the day, I guess. Other than that, I will preface this with this version, not this version, but this specific game will be emulated, as I cannot record off my 3DS for 2 reasons. A, it's broke. The motherboard still works, but the screen's completely busted. That's what happens when it slips out of your hand, even if it's in a case and hits concrete. And B, you just can't record off a 3DS without a capture card being added in. With that said, I did legitimately back up my cartridge though, and this is a legitimate copy of said cartridge, as well as everything else. Outside of that, yeah, it's a very solid title, and one more thing to note, I almost forgot, there will be pop-up on occasion. Anyways, next game. Okay, so the next game to vote on is Super Mario Bros. U. New Super Mario Bros. U. I was going to say 3D World for some reason. As you can see with the compiling shaders thing up in the top left corner, this is being run through SNES at the moment. It was only recorded on SNES purely for convenience. The actual Let's Play will probably be done on real hardware, because there's more or less no real difference between real hardware and SNES at the moment, at least as far as I'm concerned. I've only got a 1080p monitor, so I can't run the game at any higher of a resolution. Yeah, New Super Mario Bros. U is a very solid New Super Mario Bros. Title. It's got some unique elements, and the flying squirrel suit's a fun one. And outside of that, it's just another 2D Mario, which we will be seeing some more of. Technically, there's 5 Mario games, but it's kind of an either-or situation for the third one. And one of them is technically just a Mario-adjacent series. I digress. This would be a complete playthrough of New Super Mario Bros. U. Not a 100% complete playthrough, more just a any percent completion. Purely because I don't really want to go out of my way for all the star coins again. I have a 100% save file that I can just demonstrate the final star world with, which will probably be, it's just more time efficient and will save me a lot of stress. Other than that, I don't think I have much else to say. I mean, this game is very good looking for the time. Sure, the art style is generic, but it's clean. Other than that, I think we're fairly good. The footage is almost done, so yeah, just if you guys want this one, just make sure to vote for it in the poll to let me know which one you want.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Okay, so we have Donkey Kong Country here. I am fairly certain most of you would know what this series is. Also, in relation to what I was saying in the last clip, I'll probably start recording around the second week. possibly the 3rd week, depending on if I feel like we've gotten enough votes or not. But yeah, I'll try to record around that time period. Anyways, back to DKC. It's a solid platformer, it's difficult, it's fun, the graphics still hold up incredibly well for the time. And it's a very fun game. I do know if this one's chosen that I will probably have to make use of save states. Not necessarily in a cheaty kind of way, but I'm going to make sure to save after every level because I know some of those levels are going to drive me nuts. I'm thinking of a very specific snow level with lots of giant gaps. Anyways, onwards to the next game. Okay, so here's the kind of weird two-part thing I was talking about. At one point in time, Nintendo offered a 2 or 3 week period, I can't remember how long it was, of free NSO. So I took the advantage of the situation and recorded 2 Super Worlds that I really wanted to record. So in essence, this is archive footage of New Super Mario Bros. Switch, as the name of the Super World of Mario Maker 2 calls it. It's a very fun Super World to play through. It's very New Super Mario Bros., which means it's pretty high quality, all things considered. The one caveat to this, and also the other Super World, it's going to be post-commentated. I know some of you guys don't care for post-commentary, but I do have the footage on hand. So it would probably lead to a more consistent upload schedule in theory. Because it's already done, all I have to do is just work with Pixel on editing and the post-commentary, and we're good. So there wouldn't be any inherent challenges to recording like playing through DKC would offer. But with all that said, it's entirely up to you guys on whether you want to see this or not, purely because it's up to you guys. I want to get you guys involved as much as I can. Also, side note, those 30 coins that you see are effectively this game's version of a star coin. It's as close as you can get to it in Mario Maker. But it's a very solid game, really nice level design. And overall, I'd say it feels just like an official game. Except maybe a little more creative sometimes. Anyways, let's get onwards to the other Super World. Okay, here's the other Super World, Super Mark Mars World. It's a very fun title, and if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be kind of like a direct sequel to Super Mario Bros. 3. And it does definitely do that too. It feels very much like Super Mario Bros. 3, except, well, just modernized, honestly. I mean, that's kind of the advantage of having it made in Mario Maker. There's plenty of secrets to find, and believe me, you can explore these levels quite intensively. There's a lot to unpack. And also hidden 50 coins to act like star coins. If I'm not mistaken, since it is a direct sequel to Super Mario Bros. 3 in a way, it follows the exact theming It looks like Mario 3 all the way through. No other themes are used. And the same thing goes for New Super Mario Bros. Switch as well. I forgot to mention that. It sticks to the New Super Mario Bros. U theme. But this game also, has its own things well. That's what I'm trying to say. Level design is very packed, like I mentioned earlier, and I'm still struggling with this whole telling people about the games they're voting for thing, so please bear with me. As I said with the New Super Mario Bros. Switch, this game also is fully recorded, ready to go. It just needs post-commentary. Again, for better or worse, it's just the way it is. Having done like I don't want to say that long, but a 4 or 5 hour straight playthrough of this game non-stop definitely works on you quite a bit, which is why I'm glad I never bothered commentating over this. That would have been quite a trial. think, yeah, 4 or 5 hours for the first video it took, and the second part took about the same amount of time for each video segment. What am I trying to think of? They're very large files, regardless. I think they're both good games, though. Anyways, now that we are basically done with the Mario segment, onwards to the Sonic segment. I'm definitely going to have to put timestamps in the description for this. Okay, we're finally out of the Mario segment and into the Sonic segment. And yes, Sonic Colors is here, again. This time, being run in Dolphin because I didn't want to bother recording off the Wii U just for a small segment like this. But it's more or less representative of the final product anyways. The Sonic Colors, great 3D Sonic game. I've never played a 3D Sonic game for the channel yet, so that's something, and I really do enjoy Sonic Colors. I won't be doing a full Red Star Ring playthrough because that takes a lot of time. And I have it, like with New Super Mario Bros. U, I have a 100% complete save file on my Wii U currently. Back when I wanted to do that. It's kind of a thing with the Red Star Rings. It's fun the first time around, and the second time around I really don't want to bother. But it is a very solid, colorful, fun game, and I really enjoy it. And ultimately it's up to you what you guys would enjoy watching. And if you see me fumbling, I'm not bad at the game. I just got so used to playing Colors Ultimate because I picked it up on sale, and obviously modded it because why would you play the vanilla game? I got used to the Xbox controls, I'm not gonna lie. But I think I can tweak it in Dolphin if I need to, or if I just played on my Wii U, I could probably just plug in a GameCube controller and call it a day. Anyways, the gameplay will look a lot better than this. And it should look more or less the same, regardless of if it's on console or emulated. But solid game, love the background commentary because it's kind of funny sometimes. And I really like the announcer guy that tells you good, great, awesome, outstanding, amazing. I just really like that, it's fun. And yeah, that's all I've got for the Sonic Colors segment. Let's head on to something a little bit more retro. And here we are, something more retro, although we'll have something even more retro than this later down the road. Yeah, a Knuckles playthrough of Sonic 3. We've already done a Sonic plus Tails playthrough, so I figure why not do Knuckles? I mean, Tails' story isn't any different. Granted, I love to play as Tails, he's my favorite character. But for Let's Play purposes, in this instance, because it's not Sonic Advance, we can do Knuckles playthrough. This playthrough does offer some unique level segments, although he shares almost all the levels with Sonic, minus the Death Egg Zone. He has unique level layout routes, and he also can access Sonic's level layout routes, so it should be a fairly different experience, all things considered. And in general, it's just a harder game. Now, I can use mods, if you guys are okay with it, you know, just some aesthetic stuff. But ultimately I would like to hear what you guys think about the use of mods for this. Because it could make the game a little bit better looking, depending on what I use. But that's entirely up to you. Regardless, this will be an all Emeralds playthrough because I don't mind trying to get Mike Bump again. I don't know why I moved my hands when nobody else can see me. Anyways. I lost track. Yes, Emerald playthrough. Since this is Sonic 3, I'm fairly well acquainted where all the special rings are. Giant rings, super rings, they go by so many different names. Regardless, the special stage rings, I know where most of them are, so I'm fairly confident in being able to get Super and or Hyper Knuckles without too much issue, so this would be at least a complete playthrough. about it. I will let this finish out because I think I did a fairly decent job, thank the Lord, on that final boss. Right after I, for some reason, decided I wanted a bubble shield, even though I wasn't playing through the whole level at the time. You know, it's amazing, these little dispenser machines. They almost never give you the shield you want. But most of the time, I love to have a thunder shield, lightning shield. I don't know what to call them, but I hardly ever get them. I want to get a bubble shield, and barely any bubble shields. Plenty of electric shields, but no bubble shields except the last one. It's really crazy. But here's a special way to look at Knuckles. He has different combat compared to Sonic. I mean, you still jump and attack the enemies, but you can dodge. Differently, anyways. So well, in fact, that the game just decided to glitch out. But yeah, that's Knuckles' playthrough. And this isn't the last we'll see of that Knucklehead. And he's going to go down the drain. Maybe. Nope. Okay, so the retro game that is even more retro than Sonic 3 is Sonic 2 SMS Remake by Creative Araya. Now, I have played the first Sonic SMS Remake for Sonic 1, and it was a very solid title. I really enjoyed it. And I can see this one potentially being just as good. I haven't fully played through this game, so it's a semi-blind playthrough, if you will. And for context, I haven't even touched the original Sonic 2 8-bit, outside of getting up to whatever that zone was with the wind and the hang glider, and subsequently quitting there. I don't care for Sonic 2 8-bit that much. It's unreasonably difficult for no good reason, and the level design is very lacking. So I would only hope and assume that this remake fixes many of those issues. Outside of that, I guess if you guys want to see this one, go ahead and vote for it. Or if you don't, I mean, we have 3 other options for Sonic. And I guess I should mention, this does have a unique gimmick in the fact that you can switch between 2 characters on the fly. Obviously, I'm going to play as Sonic and Tails because Tails is my favorite character. What more can I say? But outside of that, I will do my best to get 100% on this. Well, let's go to the next game. And here we are, Sonic Mania. Again, but this time with a Knuckles playthrough. Purely because it's at least different. I mean, you can see right here, this is a wholly unique stage that's only accessible to Knuckles. Normally. Now, I do want to preface this with a very specific disclaimer. This is a custom-built version of Sonic Mania, based off of the DCOM project, with a mod called Sonic Mania Unchained, compiled into it because you had to compile that mod specifically into this game when you're building it. So, just by its very nature, this game is modded at its core. So, with that said, all Sonic Mania Unchained does is basically add in recurl and a couple other things. So if you happen to walk off a ledge, you can recurl and then activate your glide, for instance, if you're playing as Knuckles. Along with canceling out super music, so that way you don't have to listen to it repeatedly, because it does get annoying after a while. And obviously those same changes affect all the other characters as well. Everyone gets a peel out, and other various things, and it's max control for everyone, for their specific abilities plus peel out. Tails especially is very unique in that regard, because with Unchained, he's very, very busted. You can play as Tails, you can do your flight cancel, use the recurl, and then activate your flight again, completely fresh off the start, and if you're fast enough, you can just infinitely gain height with it. It's very busted, but fun. But we don't have to worry about that since this is just a Knuckles playthrough. On a side note though, if you do want a Knuckles plus Tails playthrough, I could try and get that working, but no guarantees on that. Because I'm fairly certain the only way you can do that is through no save mode. And since this is a modern title that can't be save stated, I can't do much about that, so I'll probably lean more towards a Knuckles only playthrough just for the sake of being able to save my game. I guess while I'm here, this is technically Sonic related because I don't have much else to say about Mania. I'm going to 100% the game as best as I can. But for Sonic 3 and Knuckles Air, or Sonic 3 or whatever you want to call it, there is an Unchained mod as well for that. You don't have to compile that, that's just something you drop into the mod loader. If you guys are okay with that, I can use that mod. All other mods I would probably use in the Let's Play are purely cosmetic. Stuff like adding weather effects and the like in, which shouldn't change the gameplay too terribly much. It would just make it look nicer in the end, at the end of the day. But yeah, that's all I genuinely have to say for this. I hope you guys will, you know, at least hopefully vote, because I want to get you guys involved as best as I can. I mean, I know there's lots of channels that probably don't do voting for the next Let's Play, but I've always felt like being able to interact with the channel makes you feel like you're more part of a community and such. That's just me. I just want to try and do my best to keep everybody involved. Well, with all that said, I will leave you guys with the rest of the Sonic Mania gameplay, and I'll see you guys next year. Bye!